usage. So here we have a simple neural network, and we can take two numbers as input and we pass them through a hidden layer of 10 neurons. So our input layer consists of two neurons. We pass them to through a hidden layer consisting of 10 neurons, and finally a single number as the output. So you have these libraries in Keras. So first we will import from Keras.models. We will import the sequential model. Sequential model because we are going to add on top of the other. So we will have layers. So first we will have one layer. We will add the next layer on top of it, stack it. So that is why we have this particular library. Dense because we are going to add all the number of neurons in that. So that is why we have this dense layer. And first we will create a sequential model. We will add an input layer and a hidden layer with 10 neurons. So over here in dense, when we are initializing it, so you have the option to mention the input shape. So whatever is the shape of your input layer. So here as we have two numbers as the input, so we mention input shape is equal to 2 comma. So that is the way you will mention the input shape. And we have 10 neurons in the hidden layer. So we mention 10 over here. And for this particular network, I am using ReLU activation. So you will mention your activation function, but instead if you wanted to use a different activation function, you can always change it. From ReLU, you can use sigmoid or any other activation function. And again, we add one more layer on top of it. So why do we do that? Because it is the output layer. So we have a single neuron as the output. So we will add model.add dense 1. So when we are creating a sequential model, it does not have any layers over here. But when we are doing model.add, the first layer that we have along with the input layer defined within the dense layer. And then on top of that, we also have the output layer. So when you do model.summary, it looks something like this. So we have the dense layer, first layer, and the second layer. So you might want to understand how the computations are taking place. So in the dense layer, we had two neurons, right? And when we have 10 neurons in the hidden layer, so what happens is that each of the neuron in the input layer will be connected to each of the neuron in the hidden layer. So 2 into 10, so we will have 20 weights over there. Along with that, we will also have a bias weight. So for the bias weight, we will have another 10 connections. So 20 plus 10 and we get 30. Similarly, when we want to compute the number of weights between the hidden layer and the output layer. So in the hidden layer, you have 10 neurons, and in the output layer, you have just one connection. So 10 into 1. So we have 10 weights plus 1 for the bias. So bias will also have a connection with the output layer. So you have 1 and we get 11. And then if you see, the total parameters are 30 plus 11, which is equal to 41. So that is the way you can see how the different parameters are getting computed. So it is actually based on the number of weights that we have. And you can also visualize your whatever model that you have built. So we have the input layer over here, then the dense layer, which is the hidden layer, and lastly we have the output layer. There's also a very good library called ANN Visualizer, which I often use to visualize my neural network. So here I'll show you the output that I got from the visualizer. So this is the model that we just built right now. So we have the input layer, and then we have the 10 neurons in the hidden layer, and then we have the output layer. All right. So we will now, I hope this part is clear. So we will now proceed to digit recognition application.